How's it going, everyone? Time for another project. So what we're doing is this is going to be another big table pour. It's going to be another black one. And right now we're doing the mold. We're doing the Tyvek tape. And in this mold, we're going to end up caulking all along the sides of everything in here after we Tyvek tape everything. And then once everything is up, we will then caulk inside there. And as we're doing the mold for that, we also got Jacob over here cleaning up the slabs. And what he's doing, he's wanting to take all that bark off. We're going to clean all that up because we don't want any of that going in the epoxy at all whatsoever. And then even as well as inside all the little cracks and all the little crevices and everything, we got to go in there and take all that out. You see all that? So there's a lot of time in preparation for these slabs and for the mold and all that kind of good stuff. But we have to make sure everything is pristine and clean because we don't want anything coming off into that epoxy. And then we also want to make sure that the caulking dries before we put any type of epoxy in there as well. Ooh, look how pretty that is. See, everything's all nice and caulked. And what we do is we use that clear caulk. It turns out white, and then when it dries, it'll be clear. Give it about an hour. I'll come back and I'll show you guys. I'll be clear as can be in about an hour. This is how we work these tables. We got a white vanity one right here that's drying up. Everyone cleaning the slab, getting ready to do the pour for that. Just another day in our little office. So we're going to square this off. The customer, we want to try and get as much as this crack in that table as possible. And it's going to be 6 foot, so we also are laying it out. Got the straight edge right here. We're going to lay it out how this is where it's going to be inside the mold. So we're going to cut all along the side, and we're going to leave a little bit open right there for the epoxy. So we'll leave a little gap on the side. I like to have epoxy on the end of my tables on the sides there. Got that all cleaned out. That's going to look good. All that feathering right there, it's going to look real good once that's all cleaned up. And now on this side, we're going to do the same thing. These two slabs came off the same log, so we're going to tie them up together, doing another straight edge along this side as well. Yeah, go ahead, cut that. So that one's cut to size. So now we move this one up and back, and we've come to a decision that we're going to cut. Originally, we were going to cut right here, but now we've all came to a conclusion that we're going to cut up here, and that way we'll leave a little bit of a. This will be the edge. We'll leave a little bit of a little river part down in right there. I think that'll look a lot better. And it's going to be a nice big river. What is this? 43 inches wide that we're doing. We got to cut it back, so that's going to be a big size of river. It's going to be about 15 gallons of epoxy. And then we'll cut this off right here. Is that it? Is that what we're going to go for? Is that going to be a river? What do you guys think? Yeah? Yeah. All right. So now we got the caulking all cleared up pretty much and somewhat dry. A little bit wet, white in some spots, but it's definitely dry enough for us to put the slabs in. And we're going to put them in some sort of general directions, and that's what we're going to play with right now. I'm going to clamp them down. Got it? Now this one's going to be solid black, so that's going to be that's going to look like nice. We're going to have a nice little, this is going to be the bottom. The actual top of the table, the slabs are facing the bottom, so the actual top of the table will be down here. It'll be flipped, and that's because all the pigment settles down to the bottom, and all the epoxy and everything, and the air comes up, so it will be less likely to have to fill a bunch of, whenever we turn it upside down and flatten it, it'll be less likely, it'll be all full. It'll be less likely to fill up all the little holes for that CA glue, if that makes sense. That star bond epoxy that we do, that we'll fill up all the holes with. But I like that river. That's going to look really good. I like that river. That's going to be nice. And we also left, we did straight edge, right? But also left a little bit of gap for the sides there. I think that's going to look really good. And that side too. So we get a little bit of epoxy in there. So what we're doing here is you want to make sure you Tyvek your blocks, because we're going to fill the epoxy where it's going to go over everything. And the last thing you want to do, and we've done this mistake before, is you don't tape it, you clamp it down, and then the epoxy will bond this to your workpiece, and you literally will have to pry it off, and you hope that the wood will come off of here rather than here. We do that, what, a couple times, Jeff?
You learn it don't work out that way.
You learn it don't, yeah, don't work out. Did we put mold release on, should probably put a little bit of mold release on there first, huh? Probably take everything out. Yeah.
I forgot.
So now we got to recock. Messed up the, so have to smooth that out. So now we got this mold release. Show them that, Jeff. Universal mold release. You can get that off of Amazon. And you really don't, like, you don't need it, but it helps. It helps not stick as hard whenever you take the epoxy out of the mold. See, now we're gonna use this, it's like a tar black here from Chemtech. It's like a paste. I'm thinking it's more for like concrete, but it works for epoxy as well. We did the same thing with this white. Look how white it turned out. It turned out crystal white. Well, I guess it'd be snow white, not crystal white, right? Okay, let's just pour a little bit in there. Whew, probably a little much.
She thick.
Yeah.
It's definitely thick.
Yeah, not much at all. Oh yeah, that's thick. And then we'll stir that for 5 minutes. Yeah, I think black as can be right there. Stuff looks good. All right, so we're guesstimating. I'm gonna think, Jacob, how many gallons do you think in this one? This pour?
I have no idea.
You're not gonna take a guess?
16.
16 gallons? Ooh. I'm gonna say.
I don't really look at it.
I'm gonna say 4 kits.
Oh, that's not gonna be 16 gallons.
I'm gonna say 4 total kits. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm gonna pour this in and I'll be able to tell you after that.
Oh, you're oh, you gonna tell us after that? Huh?
Man,
How thick is it?
I think it's gonna be 4 kits. Man, I don't know. I think it might be 5.
look at that pigment, how dark that is.
I know.
I like that pigment.
No,
That's not the Epoxy black dye, is it?
No, this is the Chemtech.
This is blacker than the.
Yeah, I know. I like it.
Epoxy.
It's real
It's
thick.
real thick.
Yeah, it's very potent stuff. I guarantee you get it on your hands, it ain't coming off.
Oh no, not until those skin cells die.
Guaranteed. Whoop. There she goes. So that was 1 kit and still has to yeah, you know what?
2 kits.
I'm liking I think it's gonna be 4 kits.
3.5.
You think 3.5?
I say 2.5 to 3.
Which we don't do half kits, so it'll be 4.
Yeah, but we'll have half kit left over.
I'm gonna say 3.5, but we'll put 4 in.
I hope so. We'll see.
That one was 2 kits, and that looks like it's.
So then all we got to do is we pour it all in the same bucket. So we'll just keep going, and then you have 8 hours too to work with it. So it's not like you're on a time crunch or anything like that. This stuff is really easy to work with. And then what we do is we just take 1 kit and we just dump it all in 1 bucket, so we don't have to measure it or anything like that, and pour it in. Makes it fairly simple. And then as far as the black pigment, with the black, it's really easy for it to get black. So we really don't need to measure what we put in there, just as long as it's black. Where the white was different. The white, we had to measure exactly what was in there because it was becoming like a clear, creamy white and not a solid white.
We didn't scoop, he just poured out of the deal.
I'm sorry.
We got Jacob over here on the GoPro, and I'm over here on the Instagram. Man, we're gonna need another person just for the TikTok. That's good.
Also, I think 3 kits is gonna do it.
Jeff was right. This is 3 kits, and we ain't gonna need any more than 3 kits. So
Yeah.
a total of 9 gallons. Feel that bad boy. There, you see that? Yeah. And then back in here. Fill this little bad boy up. We're gonna have all kinds of leftover epoxy. I guarantee it. Maybe not. Well, yeah, see, it's already puddling up down there.
I think we're good.
Let's see, we got over there the side, side good, over here a little bit. Oh yeah, that'll be just enough. Yeah, it'll be perfect.
That's what we like.
I still got quite a bit of epoxy though.
I keep
A little
pouring.
bit.
I keep
Enough to
pouring.
do a tray.
You know it's gonna dissipate some.
Yeah, I know. You want me to put her over there a little bit?
Yeah, come over
I
here.
don't know what to do or where to go.
There you
Just
go.
put it all over
Yeah.
there. There she is. 3 total kits. That's good. That's actually about perfect.
Yep, and I'm the winner.
Oh yeah, let me see this. Call Jacob.
Start.
Hey, you want to take care of that? You got So now we'll go in, we'll fill all the little voids and all that kind of good stuff, and we'll let this sit for 5 days. I don't think we're gonna, what's this, Saturday right now? We still have that one to unveil and do some trays and stuff. It probably won't be until Friday or Saturday when we take this one out. And that way it'll be nice and cured and ready to go. That'll give us 7 days. All right, well, that's it for us right here. We'll get back to you guys in 7 days. I guess we'll make this a part 1, and then when we get it down, we'll do a part 2, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for subscribing again, as always. Thanks for hitting that like button. It helps us create more content and do this.